Well, I'd say today is the calm before the storm.
I guess.
Because of the,
because of the weekend coming up.
Yeah. See, that proves right there that we don't script anything, because she had no idea what was going to say.
No, I wasn't sure what storm we were talking about.
We're at a different campground today, and this is a large campground, and we happen to know that it will be totally full probably by tonight.
Yeah, because this is
Friday,
Labor Day weekend.
Before the Labor Day weekend. So there will be tons and tons of people here. I think they have around 110 sites, if I remember correctly.
If I remember it.
Ballpark, yeah. So anyway, fortunately, we chose a spot that's, up away from.
Yeah, we just hear the traffic on the road.
Yeah, but we won't have to deal with party animals. Famous last words. But anyway, we thought we would one last time before we move on. We thought we'd talk about the Tiny House Adventures Rendezvous coming up October the 16th through the 20th. One more time, we'll go ahead and mention that. Then we're going to answer a question from one of our viewers. We may do that from time to time since we've put out our parts 1 and part 2 walkthrough videos on our finally completed trailer. We've been getting lots of different kinds of questions, so we'll try to address one from time to time, and maybe this will be helpful to them and helpful to other viewers as well. So, but first, let's mention the shirts one more time.
Right.
Yeah. If you would like to have a shirt, first off, if you are coming to their rendezvous in Pickensville, Alabama, October 16th through October 20th of 2023, and you would like a shirt, all you need to do is email us at iridetinyhouse@gmail.com. Did you notice how I rattled that right off? Email us at iridetinyhouse@gmail.com, and here's the information that we need one more time. Of course, we need your name. We need to know the site that you have reserved and the dates you have that site reserved for, and there are reasons for this. We have ways of cross-checking and things. I'm sorry, but this could happen, but we have ways of cross-checking things just to make certain that we don't have any prank orders.
Right. Your size goes from small to 4X.
Correct.
And color is either black or red.
The only choices you have is black
and basically
or red.
What you're doing is pre-ordering, and you're going to reimburse us when you pick them up at the rendezvous.
We will take care of the cost of the shirts, but we need you to reimburse us at the rendezvous. Now, there basically be 3 different ways. We should have it set up where we can swipe your credit card if you want to do it that way.
I'm working on that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we'll have it by then. It's really not that complicated.
Cash.
The next thing is, of course, cash. And then if you use either Venmo or Cash App, we can also, you can reimburse us in that manner. Once we get to the rendezvous, we'll go ahead and give you the information of our Venmo account or our Cash App account, whichever one you'd want to use, and you can transfer it to us right there as we're, taking care of that. And then we will know immediately that it's been done.
Right.
So that is the way, and it's $30 a shirt. Same price across the board, doesn't matter, but that's what you will be reimbursing us for, is $30 a shirt. The cutoff date, again?
September the 8th.
Yeah.
I must have your order by September the 8th, and if you do not get an email back from me confirming your order, I have not received your email. One more thing about the rendezvous. As far as we know, we have spoken for and been approved for one of the pavilions, and that's where all the evening activities will be taking place. We'll have something each evening. The itinerary will be up on our website.
And it could need to be modified.
Yeah, I mean, but we're doing something every evening, but we are not doing potluck this time for various reasons. But we'll still meet up and we'll still enjoy each other's company. Right. We just won't be eating together. Right,
and the main reason why, folks, this is going to be by far the absolute largest event we've ever hosted. In the past, we had a maximum of around 80 to 85 people. And several people would pitch in, and we'd lay stuff out on a big long picnic table. But
or 2 or 3 or 4.
Or yeah, several. and then we would get together and just visit. Well, quite honestly, we're expecting, we are reasonably 99% positive we're going to have a minimum of 160 people in attendance at this, which is about double what we've had before. And we're actually expecting possibly even upwards of close to 200 folks.
Right.
Which is humbling.
It's
as
awesome.
Far as we're concerned.
It's very awesome.
And we are so excited that this is getting ready to happen. But this will be the first time we have hosted an event this large. And right now, we just don't see any logistics at all in trying to arrange for everyone to come together for potluck.
No, but we will have our standard meet and greet. We will have a movie night. We will have a bingo night, and we will have a mini concert. If Bill ever gets to practice, he's been sick, so.
Yeah, I'm much better. That's why you see me sitting down even more so now. I'm just a little lightheaded. I was running a fever for a couple of days, and that went away, and then I had issues here and there, but right now it's just like I've, been coming down off of something rough. I'm a little lightheaded, so I have to be careful.
Okay, one more thing is I have been trying to, as you know, in a tiny house, you have limited storage. And I have several paintings that you can view on the website. They'll pop up a few pictures. If they're on the website, right now we're running a special through October 20th. Buy one, get one. You can go to the website, look at them, and that includes freight within the continental United States.
We'll flash up the link to our website, which is iRideTinyHouseAdventures.com. iRideTinyHouseAdventures.com. Man,
you're on a roll today.
We will post a link to the website
Yes.
if you want to go in there and look at some more of her paintings and stuff there. All right, let's get to the question that we were going to answer right quick, because we intended this to be a fairly short video. Let me pull it up here.
That's not in our.
I know. Okay. And this is the one that we're going to address today. The person writes, I am sure this has been asked and maybe you have made a video covering it. I watched videos about different ways or places to live and the cost involved. Everybody is always looking for an affordable way to retire. Would it be too personal to do a typical monthly budget video? Thanks for the videos. Well, we did a video like that several, I guess it's been a couple of years back or longer.
I'd want to say in early 21 or
it's when we still had the red trailer.
late 20.
Yeah.
We kept track of all of our monthly expenses. And travel expenses, even maintenance on the van that we had to do because we had a breakdown.
Yeah, we did that particular
and
month.
Park rent and all that. So we have done one. Yes, it's been a while, but the only thing that's gone up is groceries, of course. But we're going to eat wherever we are, because we like to eat.
True.
And park rent has gone up a smidge because we mostly stay at Corps of Engineer campgrounds,
right.
And they may have gone up $1 or $2 here and there.
Well, that's about it though.
A night, but it hasn't been that bad. But yes, we try very hard to live on our Social Security.
Well, at the end of that particular video that we did back when we still had the red trailer, our conclusion was, yes, we could travel on what we draw on Social Security. And I really feel like as far as that is concerned, there's nothing different. Now, here's what you got to keep in mind. If you want to live this particular lifestyle, that's number one. If you want to, do like an off-grid cabin or something like that, that's a whole other story, which we can't help you with.
No, don't.
But if you want to try to survive, if you want to enjoy traveling and you're wanting to try to do it just on your Social Security, whatever you're drawing there as far as retirement's concerned, you can do it by staying at the kind of campgrounds that we stay at. And we have mentioned this over and over again, yet we still get people asking questions, where do you go get this senior pass? We stay mostly at Corps of Engineer campgrounds, U.S. Army Corps of Engineer campgrounds.
Some national parks.
Yeah, and some national parks. And these are all, of course, federally operated campgrounds. And if you have the senior pass, it's called the America the Beautiful Senior Pass, you get a 50% off on all these different campgrounds. Now, east of the Mississippi, they're plentiful. West of the Mississippi, they start thinning out as far as the Corps of Engineer campgrounds are concerned. We still have so much to see east of the Mississippi, even still, you know, but we are going to get out west.
You keep using the Mississippi, but there's several on the east side of Dallas in Texas. There's several in there. There's a few in Kansas, a few in Oklahoma. Anywhere there's a waterway, because the Corps' job is to control waterways, hopefully to control flooding. That's their main goal. They don't, you know, it's not always possible, but that's their main thing.
Well, Texas does have a lot of Corps of Engineer campgrounds, but then you go over to Louisiana and they only have just a few.
Yeah.
Most of their campgrounds over there are
state, just like Florida.
Yeah. But when you stay at one of these Corps of Engineer campgrounds, you know, typically the highest we've ever seen park rent at a Corps of Engineer campground is $30 a night.
Right.
Now that is before the senior discount. With the America the Beautiful Senior Pass, you get that for half off, which is $15 a night. Now $15 a night is gonna most likely get you water at the site and electric at the site. Not all Corps of Engineer campgrounds will have 20, 30, and 50 amp, but many do have 50 amp as well, and we wired our trailer for 50 amp just because. But there are few out there that we've ran across that will even have sewer.
Yeah, that's always amazing.
In fact, at the where we're having the next rendezvous, several sites in there. Of course, they were the first ones that went, but there are several sites there at Pickinsville, Alabama, campground where they have sewer at the site. And I think those are $30 a night, which means we're getting ours for $15 a night. Now, when you think about that, okay, $15 a night max, most likely. That's your utilities as well. You don't have to worry about a utility bill.
I don't have to worry about electric. I don't have to worry about water bill. I don't have to worry about trash.
So on the average,
it's all here.
If you want to look at it that way, your rent is around $400 a month, you know, give or take, depending on where you are, because we have paid as little with our senior pass as $8 a night.
Right, and still had electric at the site.
Right.
We always try to get electric. Sometimes we don't get electric and water, but that's why we rigged the van up to be our water tote if we have to. If
we have to do that, we built it. Yeah, we built this whole system that we have based on staying at Corps of Engineer campgrounds and the differences between some as opposed to others, because you will find big differences on some of them.
Yes.
So yeah, that's where we save the money. You figure an average of $400 a month rent on the average. Now the next thing, of course, that it's on everybody's mind is fuel.
Yes.
Well, generally what we try to do, and it all depends on how much money we have available, how much funds we have available, will determine how far we travel or how often we travel from campground to campground. At a Corps of Engineer campground or anything that's federal like that, you are limited to 14 days. Now, when we say 14 days, for instance, on the Beaver Lake system, which we are currently at right now, on the Beaver Lake system, there are what, 11 Corps of Engineer campgrounds?
I believe so.
Okay. The rule here is that you can stay 14 days at a campground, but then you have to be gone for a minimum of a week,
7
days, before you can come back to any campground on Beaver Lake. You know, it doesn't apply. In other words, you can't just hop from one campground to the next. All on Beaver Lake.
That would have made it simpler.
It wouldn't make it simpler, but I'm sorry, you have to be gone a week. Fortunately, you can go over to another lake, which is just around the corner, over at Table Rock Lake, and you could get a spot there for a week, and then turn around and come back. You know,
which we have done.
We did that before.
Because we had doctor's appointments or we had something special going on with the kids that we wanted to stay in our home base area. This is our home, so you know, we have to figure this out, and it's not difficult. It just takes some thinking and planning.
But in other words, so you're going to find that rule to be at any given waterway, you won't be able to stay on the same one in most cases more than 14 days before you have to move on. However, we have managed to lay out all of our routes where we could be in a different, it's not really a different district, but it could be in a different waterway within 2.5 hours of where we are. You know, we've been able to do it. So we don't have to travel that far down the road and not be breaking, you know, and still be obeying the rules.
Obeying
I guess
the
that's what
rules.
I need to say that. So you can stay 14 days. Now, if your funds are limited, as far as fuel costs are concerned, stay there the whole 14 days. You know, get your next site figured out by utilizing Google Maps and the recreation.gov app. It's very important to download that. Then you can lay this out where you can keep your fuel costs to a minimum. You know.
Right.
And then, of course, you can also look up and see if there's a Walmart Supercenter nearby. You know, how far the nearest one is from the campground you want to go to next.
Well, any grocery store like
or
that.
any kind of grocery store.
We just tend to do that one. There's
Right.
other grocery stores out there.
But yeah, if you're careful, depending on how much you draw on Social Security, and I will tell you this, what Deb and I draw is nowhere near
What they claim.
the national average is.
Whatever.
Wherever the heck that came from.
I don't know where they got those numbers.
But we do not, together, we do not draw anywhere near what this lofty figure is that people hear out here. And then when you could take into consideration, I got to toss this in just because, when you take into consideration that Medicare is not free.
No, we have to pay for that.
We have to pay for that. There are so many people out there that think Medicare is free. It is not. Our Medicare runs us what? 180 a piece?
170, I believe.
Okay, 170 something. So, and that comes off of the top of what we draw on Social Security. So, anything else about that?
No,
You know.
I'm not getting into a political statement here.
But you can if you're careful. Yes, you can
You
if you're
can do
careful.
it. You just got to be careful.
But you got to be
You
careful.
know.
Got to figure out your routes, figure out your fuel routes, things like that.
Make your trips into town count.
No,
Because that is fuel, and yes, fuel is ridiculous right now, but that's the way it is.
yeah, but there's nothing we can do
I mean,
about
nothing
it.
I can do about it.
Yeah. But don't get political, folks, because your comment will be removed.
Yeah, we don't go politics. Remember that.
No, not here. Anyway, we're gonna let you go for now. This is Bill and Deb.
I hope we answered your question.
Well, we hope so. We can always elaborate some more if we need to. But anyway, we're not camping.
We are living.
Bye bye now.
Bye bye. I don't know what he was honking at.
He's just honking to show off his.
Must have been too little.